welcome to the Kind of Funny podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Craig Miller, alongside the producer slash seducer, Nick Scarpino.
How bad do you think it was? How bad do you think that
I don't think it was anything that bad, but of course we'll get to the Forbes 30 under 30, aka the second best baby blues in San Francisco, aka the verified one at Tim Geddes.
What a start. You know what I mean? I'm already loving the energy of this, Greg. I've missed you on the Kind of Funny
I've missed
podcast.
you too.
It's good to have you back.
I missed all of you out there listening or watching. But yeah, it was the traditional one. Kevin's like, all right. Well, first off, he stops this because we're talking about Gundam style. And everybody loves the good Gundam style jam. Nick, what was your favorite part of Gundam style?
I like when it stopped for a second.
Gandalf.
And then he was like, Gundam style. And then
That was good. That was good. And so
shit.
Kevin cuts us off there, tries to get us on track, and then it's all right. We're going into the intro. 3, 2, and then he knocks a can off his desk, clatters around on the floor, and there it goes. So we're into the podcast.
The literal best.
Kevin, what was it? What was it a can of?
No, it wasn't a can. It was the top of an Elgato like stand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So everything's okay. Over
like
there.
I was asking you guys ready to go, and you respond, "Yep." And then Tim just makes an inaudible. Thank you. Sound where it was just, It's like, all right, Tim, I'm gonna take that as a good. And then I knocked it down. And then it was like, oh, we're going.
And here we are.
And now we got a podcast, ladies and gentlemen. If you didn't know, this is the Kind of Funny podcast each and every week, twice a week, 3, sometimes 4. Best friends gather on this table, each coming to bullshit with each other about whatever it is they want to bullshit about. If you like that, go to patreon.com/kindafunny, where, of course, you can write in to be part of the show. You can get the show ad-free. You can get the show, the exclusive post show we do, and you could be watching live, just like Cameron Kennedy is, Alexander Hernandez is, and the Lou are. Of course, if you're watching live, there's no special job. I don't care if I'm wrong about anything. Go to hell. But you can watch the show later, of course, with ads, no post show. You can't comment live as we go on how quickly I got to the intro this week, but you could get it on youtube.com/kindafunny. Podcast services around the globe each and every week, twice a week, no matter where you get the show. Thank you for your support. Consider going to patreon.com/kindafunny to get the most out of Kinda Funny. But if you can't, no big deal. Some housekeeping for you. We have hella video game reviews up on the latest Kinda Funny Games cast. You can go to youtube.com/kindafunnygames or podcast services around the globe to hear me, Andy, Blessing, and Tim talk about reviews for WarioWare, Life is Strange, True Colors, and The Artful Escape. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Julian the Gluten-Free Gamer, Steve Powers, the Kinda Funny Destiny 2 PC Clan, and the Kinda Funny Destiny 2 PC Clan. Today we're brought to you by Upstart and Canva, but I'll tell you about that later. For now, let's just set the record straight. Kevin, I sent you something to assets. It's a Captain America statue. I need you to put it up. Of course, infamously, Greg Miller didn't care too much about old Cap. You know what I mean? A DC-raised fanboy. I loved Spider-Man growing up, then the Clone Saga turned me off of Marvel kind of thing. Here we have Captain America. And as everybody knows, when we started doing MCU in review and before it was even a show, I was like, man, Captain America, he's kind of lame. Then I fell in love again via the rewatch. Now I'm a big old Captain America Chris Evans fan here. You know what I mean? I love
a Chris Evans softie, as you might say.
That's what they call me. They call me the Chris Evans softie.
Stan.
That's good too. I like that too. However, here's what I'm going to put out as Exhibit A. This is a Sideshow Collectibles Captain America statue. Of course, Sideshow does great work. They made the Grogu over on the floor behind me. Captain America looks fucking lame 98% of the time. Look at how lame this guy looks. Just angry white dude in a thing. Like, why? It's no wonder I didn't like this guy growing up. Every comic had him in these bell-bottom boots, this jacked out jaw. Generic old white guy over there, right?
So what?
Yeah, what the fuck?
As opposed to Chris Evans right now. You know what I mean? As opposed to take the helmet off so he doesn't look lame.
I think they did a few things with the newer looks that I definitely think work. I think when you go back and watch like First Avenger and stuff like that, obviously the iterations of the suit they've been able to make look way, way cooler. But I've always sort of liked how it's still sort of like that combination of like he still uses the spats or the stirrups that he's got down there for like that sort of like World War I style boot, which I think is super cool. I don't know. I'm with you, Greg. Where like if you'd have told me in 2005, when was the first couple? When was Iron Man, Tim?
8.
You'd have been like, dude, you're gonna really like Captain America in about 20 years. I'd have been like, go fucking sail a boat.
It's just his
get
weird
out of the
little,
harbor and sail a
You're
boat.
right, Nick. Go sail a
his
boat.
weird little helmet is what it is every time.
It's the ear.
Because you
That's how
take
his
your
ears
thumb
stick
right now,
out.
ladies and gentlemen, hold it over Cap's face and just look at the outfit. The outfit's dope as hell in this sideshow collectible.
Yeah.
Like if they sold this with a removable head, I wouldn't buy it because I don't want to. I got a kid coming, but I would think about it. You know what I mean? If I could put Chris Evans' head on this, yeah,
I'm
I'm
really
sorry,
worried about the kid, or are you worried about you're gonna choke on it yourself?
No, I'm not worried about choking on it. I'm just worried about like
You don't think about you don't ever look at removable heads on statues like that and be like, I put that thing in my mouth.
I could take it down.
No,
I can
swallowed a
get
nickel. Remember?
I guess
Once I choked down the nickel, but then it passed. I was like, I got this. I can take down anything I want from here on out.
you're such a broken man.
I'm invulnerable.
Is it still in you think the nickel? You ever pass that?
You know, I never heard it clank in the bowl,
Yeah.
but the doctor did say it would pass. But I don't think mom ever went digging for it.
I'm gonna need you to get a couple X-rays and just see, because that nickel might be worth a lot of money. That could have been like a 1920s nickel. For all you know.
1920s nickel. You think that's?
I
the
know
one
this is a classic tale.
I was
for
trying to
most
think of like
people.
what would actually be worth.
Well,
value.
what would make a nickel worth it? 1920s.
What is?
I know most people listening probably know the story, but for anybody that doesn't, I want to make it abundantly clear that Greg is, in fact, referencing a time when he was really young and ate a nickel, treating himself like a human jukebox. I'm not making this up. That is what happened. Now, what I'm a little hazy on, Greg, what song were you trying to play?
I was just humming. I don't know what I was humming at this point in time. I was too small at that point, as you remember. I don't want to
maybe.
Possibly. It could have. It was that, maybe Ghostbusters. And I want to give you a compliment for remembering this story so well. Yes, I was in my old place, my original home, laying on the carpet while Grandma Miller was looking at Pokey 2. I'll never forget it. Looking at Pokey 2 down in my bedroom down there. I was laying in the living room, dropping a nickel in my mouth over and over again. Some change. I think it was a handful of change. And then that one nickel got away from me. Went in there, went sideways, and for that like 2 seconds where you couldn't breathe at all. That's when I was like, I'm in over my head. This is bad.
Have you ever been there?
And wait, that's when Grandma Miller put down the fish fillet and came over and like knocked you up.
No. I swallowed the nickel, and I fucking
you manned
panicked,
up and you
cried,
swallowed
told
it.
Grandma, maybe even threatened to vomit. I don't know what I was up to at the time.
Right.
Have you ever had that fear of choking, Nick?
Yes, I have. It's very, very scary.
Kevin's
The only
showing me
time
something here. A
in my
Liberty
life-
head nickel from 1913 sold for $3.7 million.
Greg, what I'm saying
dumb.
is, let's get Kevin just a vat of KY and
Sure.
some rubber gloves, and we're gonna make some money, Kevin.
Sure.
I will split this with you 50-50, Kevin. But you have to go get it. You have to pull a City Slickers
There
and
it
go
is.
in there and
There it
help
is.
Greg
You knew it was going to be good.
have the cow.
So there is a nickel, D Buffalo nickel from 1920s worth 138,000.
That's
What's up
not
with that
good.
7D nickel? I'm not a big fan of people just adding D's however the hell they want. 3D, get it. 4D, sure. We're just jumping to 7.
Well, I was in a desolate mall the other day and walked by one of those ride things, and it was trying to say it was 9D. I'm like,
Yeah.
you understand dimensions. Get out of here.
Yeah, get out of here. Like, this is more complicated than time travel right now. Dimensions, timelines, all this shit. Get the fuck out. Explain to me the D's. Kevin, what's D number 1?
Ds are there?
Left and right.
First dimension.
That's 2D, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to add them all the D's together
Mm-hmm.
because you just
So
you're
okay,
adding
so
motion
1D is
to
the
it.
X, 1D is the Y.
That's
So
You
right.
put those
it
together,
goes-
you got 2D.
You got
Okay.
2D.
Fair.
3D is Z.
Fair.
And 4D
Yeah,
is your
it's
sense of smell.
Yeah,
Smell
that's
and
your
smell
seat, That's
alone.
your seat moving. Right?
Fifth D is D's nuts.
Damn, good shit. Good shit.
Fucking
Took us a while to
bizarre
get there, but I'm
thing.
happy we fucking did.
Well, yeah, people thought it was going to be earlier. They thought the D's
Yeah,
nuts would be
yeah.
coming up earlier. They weren't.
No.
I'm-
You gotta whet their appetite. Go for it, Nick.
I'm shocked we haven't talked shit about Andy yet. I'll be honest with you guys.
That's a good point.
It's been 10 minutes on this podcast. We haven't brought the fact.
A
that
lot of
Andy's
people
not
have
here.
been wondering where Andy Nitro Rifle Cortez is. It's actually a pretty exciting story. Andy, as you know, plays guitar. Andy, of course, has been getting a following on Twitch. So the other day,
Where's it going? Where's it going
the
to?
local bar invited him down to do his set, and he went down there and he strummed, and a snake jumped out of the guitar, bit him
That's
with
what
both
I
eyes.
I
Collapsed.
could have put money. I thought you were going to go one of the strings was a snake, but the fact that the
that would have made more sense. But I like
in
thinking
the
of the snake
guitar.
in the guitar hole. You know
yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
pretty cool. It's right in the eyeball.
Right in
left
the eye.
eyeball.
Bam.
Every single
Yeah,
time,
bam.
left eyeball.
Right there. Bam, bam, and he's down. That's the end of that story.
Bam,
Yep.
bam.
Bam, bam.
Speaking of snakes and reptiles, Tim, you sent something to assets as well. What do you got for me today?
I did. Kevin, if you could bring this up, that'd be great. There was a tweet I saw recently that I'm like, oh, this is prime kind of funny podcast material. It is a video it's a multi-layered video. I'm just going to say that right now. But from from my eyes, which again, I'm not a scientist, I'm not an expert, I'm not even a respectable human being in many ways.
Very true.
But what I'm seeing here are turtles. Turtles that if Kevin would hit play, you will soon see are extremely fast.
Why are they so fast?
And
That's
I feel
not real.
lied to. These
That's
turtles
not
are
real.
fucking running.
First off, those look like tortoises.
Those are CG.
And look, that's the thing.
Yeah, they're not
I don't
real.
got
That's
the,
not
I'm not a
real.
scientist, Greg. I'm sorry, I
You can
can't
call
like
him either, Greg.
whatever this thing is. These
Sorry,
things
what?
are moving fast.
A tortoise is a type of turtle.
No.
You learned some shit today, Greg.
I don't know. I mean, that's what I was told
And he
when
has a
Boris
tortoise.
entered my life.
These tortoises are clearly
You're thinking sea
not
turtle,
real.
You idiot.
They're not real. They're CG.
Yeah, these are not real. Yeah, this is CG.
So that's
They're
the thing.
not well CG.
So I just saw this and I took it for what it was. I didn't question it. I was like, oh,
this-
cool, turtles could be fast. And then I was like, all right, I didn't even think of it, is it fake or not? Because who cares at the end of the day?
Wait,
but it wasn't until we were bringing this up on the show, and I just sent it to Assets for Kevin to bring up, that I realized where they are.
Yeah, I thought so.
The
So
devil?
this is
Disneyland?
the Pantavern.
This is at the Adventures campus. This is like Doctor Strange's like
Yeah.
sanctum that these turtles are running in front of. And now this has just gotten so much more interesting. What the fuck is the origin of this video? Why are these turtles fast? Are they real? If they're fake, why? Who did this? And why are they here?
They're definitely
Somebody
fake.
give me answers.
Turtles
Guys,
are
I want to
not
interrupt. I'm sorry. I have breaking news from Wikipedia. There are 356 living species of turtles, and they include tortoises and terrapins, like from the Jay-Z song I sang that one time.
I wonder who said that.
There you go.
You know?
There we
I
go.
wonder who said
It
that.
sounds like Avery said it, and then you tried as usual to pass it off as a fact you had. But in
First of
general,
all, any fact you have is now a fact that's yours. You know what I mean? Like
Holy
someone
shit.
tells you something or you
Holy
read it from a book.
shit.
Yeah, right?
Holy shit.
but you can
Yeah.
trace it back to when the fact originated, and the fact didn't
No,
originate
you
from
think
you.
you're telling me right now, fucking what's his face is in the Galapagos Islands,
Right.
finding out some
Darwin.
shit about turtle. Thank you, Darwin. And
I
like
mean,
now we gotta thank him for everything. Fuck
Yeah.
him. It wasn't
That-
even.
that's a
Listen, I
great-
know it sucks never to have an original thought in your life, Kevin, but there's a reason when people talk about pissing in a Dixie cup and throwing it on the wall, they talk about Greg Miller, all right? Because that's a fact I introduced to the world, all right? You're over here, monocle in hand, 2 turtles in your hand, 3 hands, saying, hey, I know everything about turtles.
Did
tortoises."
This
you
asshole
know
here
the
thought
turtle
all
has a
turtles were sea
spiked
turtles.
penis that goes inside of the other
Nick,
turtle?
Nick, if I talk to you right now about a turtle's penis, you'd be horrified. All right. So
The
shut
thing
your
is,
face.
first
Shut your
off-
because you don't know what you're talking about.
Would I
A
be
turtle's
horrified
penis is also
or
its
excited?
anus. Do you hear the sentence
No,
what I just said?
no, that's
too.
not.
It pees
Weird.
and poos out of the same thing. It's also its tail.
Holy shit. Multi-use. This guy knows
Now,
what's
now,
up.
but going back, Greg, you brought up a really interesting point.
Turtle
Is
penis,
that
yeah.
who is the keeper ultimately of information? Who gets to take credit when a fact is thrown out in a group and nobody else knows? Is it the person that knew the fact, or is it the person that taught that other person the fact? How far back do we go?
Real quick,
information.
I just want to bring up last night. I know this is like pretty late, but I just watched the Mandalorian season 2 Disney Gallery or whatever the hell the documentary series is called on Disney Plus, that is specifically about the finale and about the return of Luke. And it's fascinating, super fun to watch. So much love and care, so many surprising elements. But what surprised me the most is towards the end of it, Jon Favreau's just going off, and he's going off about talking about like what it means to be original and what it means to like pass down information that you heard this from someone else, and like what it means, all this stuff. And it's what you're talking about here of like who owns these facts or whatever. He compared like the emotion of Luke Skywalker returning to NFTs, and like how every digital item like there's verified that it is the one original and everything else is a copy, and that Star Wars has always had this kind of idea and mindset of there's chain codes and there's these links that prove digitally who you are and all this stuff. And it was just such a left turn for this documentary. And I swear to God, the editor just let him go. Like he just rants for like 5 minutes and it never cuts away. And it's just Jon Favreau like fucking talking about this stuff.
Tim, is he talking
Utterly
about the, like
fascinating.
Sharpies, the little pens they carry in their pockets that they put into things, the little keys?
No.
All right, never mind.
No.
Look at Greg. He looks like a man who's just discovered a lot about turtle penises.
I'll tell you what, Google image search turtle penis. It does things to a person, you know what I mean? Because it looks like they've got like a parasite. You know what I mean?
It's not good. Greg, remember when I warned you when I said that would change a man, and you were like, "Oh, turtle penis." I have no problem using Google.
Well, you remember I had Pokey 1 and Pokey 2, and I can't believe I didn't see these dicks
they
at any
hide
point.
it. They hide.
Why were they
turtle
hiding
penis.
these cocks for so long? It wasn't like I wasn't looking at these turtles.
It's just you weren't exciting them in the right way, apparently.
Lipstick.
On this one Google image search that you have pulled up right now, Greg, how many colored bandanas are there?
No bandanas, none.
Wow,
No.
that's kind of shocking.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not. I'm not looking for the smut like you are, right?
I mean, what do you search for?
Turtle penis.
I'm shocked that didn't result in at least one inappropriate Ninja Turtle picture.
I just
You
clicked
know,
on
the
something
internet
that-
can be used for a good place.
Yeah.
What point are you trying to make?
Now, here, what I do find is there's Dicky Turtle, Turtle Dick Bachelorette, and it's a turtle shell, but the turtle's head is a cock and balls. I'm gonna put this into assets. I don't suggest showing it. I don't suggest showing it, Kevin.
Don't
You know
put
what I
in
mean?
Assets. I don't want other people. I don't want Joey being like, "Oh, what just popped in assets?"
Joey
God.
knows the score.
Listen,
Or poor
everybody knows.
Blessing gets all worked up. He's never seen a turtle's wiener
Blessings.
before.
Let's
And
be
again,
honest.
to be clear, you're
1
not
foot
seeing
out.
a real turtle's penis. You're seeing a turtle where they've taken the
got
head
it.
and made it look like a cock and balls.
That's
This-
weird
yeah,
because
this is a
Greg,
big
I
3D thing.
just googled turtle dick, and there's 30 of those just came up, and I was about to send those straight to you. I was like, Greg will get a kick out of this, but you know what? You're right. Let's make it part of the show.
What the fuck's a turtle dove now that we're here?
A turtle dove. It's a bird.
Yeah. But
All
why?
right, Tim, for you, I just put into. I had to scroll a while, but I eventually found a
Thank you, Greg.
Ninja Turtle with a little tiny penis there for you.
Little
All right.
tiny pee-pee.
Oh,
Tail, but it
God.
looks like a doinker.
Oh, doink, doink.
Doinker.
Tim, though, in reality, his tail would be his doinker.
That's a very good point,
Damn.
Kevin. We learned a lot today. I
Damn.
appreciate you. Greg, now
Hi.
that you're here on the show, right? You've
Uh-huh.
been gone for it feels like 10 million years, but now
Sure.
that you're back, we need to talk about some things. When people aren't here, we talk shit about them. There's the snakes, there's all this
Not
stuff.
me though. You didn't talk shit about me, right?
Never.
But what we did do
We revere you.
is make
Yeah,
sure
that's an
that-
interesting. If I can put a pause on that, that's an interesting thing I've never thought of. When I am gone, I make a point to listen to Games Daily, to PS I Love You. I catch XCast left and right. If I miss a Kind of Funny podcast, I laugh at the thumbnail. I don't check it. I'm like, I don't need 2.5 hours of improv. All right.
there was a picture sent though recently that we decided to send you.
Oh yes, the Catholic boy. Nick's a good little Catholic boy.
I feel like I need some clarification. Like, Greg, what was your thought, and how much does Andy suck? And now that he's not here, we can all just fucking say it, because a lot of people on the show sent you that image because they love you, and then other people bitched out. That's all I'm saying.
Wait. Most importantly, before you start anything, did Mike send it to you?
Yeah, it's what we need to
Mike,
know.
no, Mike bitched out.
No, Mike didn't. I don't
Yeah.
think. Well, you know what? I think he did. Well, no. So Andy,
Just
as you
check
can
on
clearly
your
see
phone.
here, was the only friend of the group who said, "I'm sorry they're treating you this way, Greg."
What a
Seen that?
bitch. What a bitch.
sorry
we
they're
all
treating you this way,
promised.
Greg.
We all promised.
Who the fuck?
Just send
Who
it.
typed baller shot caller? What was that in response to?
Andy did that, and then I did the 20-inch blades of the Impala. Holla, getting laid tonight. Swisher roll talk got sprayed
How?
with us. Be on the highway, making money the flyway. But there's got to be a better way, better way. Yeah. What a fucking jam.
Like-
Are you kidding me?
Tim, he practices that, right? Like
He
he doesn't just pull that out of his ass.
Are you kidding? You don't think I pulled that out of my ass? I have it's a random text to Andy when we were talking about something else I was doing.
I think that,
That was the most
everything you
rhythmic motion Greg Miller has ever done in his life.
That's
Like,
it.
I'm
That's
actually
as much as you're
impressed.
gonna
I
get
am
from him.
wowed. Like, I don't know how to make that the headline and thumbnail, but it's like you nailed it. There's a surprise here, Greg.
Don't
Miller.
worry, you know,
Not the rhythm, not the
Corey will have a
jams, not
gif
the
of it soon
beats.
enough. It'll be fine. It was actually funny, and this is where I say, I say it often. Me and Andy are the funniest people of this company. You
Mhm.
go back through this conversation, it's still just funny wherever you go, because Andy's like, I know you're gone from Slack right now, but when you have 5 minutes, can you request this game for me on Xbox? Love you. And I go, how funny was I on In Review Now, motherfucker? And he goes, top of your game, prime of your career. And then I requested the game. And then I go, should be mere minutes. And he goes, baller, shot caller. And then we're into the song. That's always here. Right
Give him
there.
the code.
And then you want to know if Mike sent the image. Let's see what Snow Mike's been saying lately. All right.
No way Mike's in this image. Mike is terrified.
I think
He
he
was so
did.
scared, dude.
Yeah, he did.
Good for him. fucking good for you, Snowbike Mike. You're officially one of us. God, this goddamn image.
What is the range of emotions you went through when you first saw this image? Because I slacked you also around the same time.
It was, I think, more than anything, it was like that disappointment that I was missing clearly a moment.
It was a moment.
Thursday 3:07, they all start coming in. I'm getting this thing there, and yours was explained. If it hadn't been for Nick, I think I would have been more confused.
Yeah,
but when Nick slacked me, you're a good Catholic boy like me, and we need to be punished. And then I saw that Slack message, and then I had the text notifications, and there were all these images in there. I was like, I see what's up.
To put in context for people who maybe didn't listen to last week's episode, what I've decided to do from now on is when I do something that I feel is a sin against being an adult or being an upstanding member of our community, i.e. watching Biodome for the 50th time, I need someone to give me penance for that. And that someone now is Joey. Yes. Joey is the person who's now going to give me penance. And my penance is I have to watch The Departed again, which I will do at some point in the next week. I know but you know what? Come see, come si, as they say, quid pro quo.
They do say that. They do say come see, come si. It does mean quid pro quo. That is exactly
what I said to Joey was, like all good Catholic boys, and you are a good Catholic boy as well, when we sin, we need to be punished.
Of course.
I just hate it. And like the thing I hate is how much I enjoy it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like it's broken me down.
I haven't gone back to check out it. So like, did you make the image on the air?
No, that was someone in the live.
That was
chat.
Madeline.
It was Madeline. That's what it was.
Good job, Madeline.
Unprompted, by the way. So I want everyone to know that's on Madeline. That's on Madeline.
It was very much prompted.
We did not ask anyone to do it whatsoever. That's not how I remember it.
I remember it specifically saying, hey, someone out there make a meme image with the words with the picture of Nick as the cat. And then we received it. And that's how I know I'm a bad person, because I asked for it. And now that exists. Now the whole world needs to see it. I always know something's bad because they tweeted it and I didn't retweet it. Like I'll retweet many things. I'm not bringing this upon. Like this might end badly, end poorly for someone. And I just don't want that blood on my hands,
I just feel like that person's going to be me, and it's coming. The storm's coming one of these days, so hurry it up.
Madeline Stanley in the live chat says they didn't request the cat. That was my choice.
There you go. I don't remember the cat being in that. Choice. I think Tim just said someone make the meme right now, and Madeline took it to the second level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when I got all that and I saw it, I didn't think much of it, if I'm being honest. I actually was waking up from a nap. It was a very stressful week last week trying to get this house and life ready for this child. So like
hopefully we brought you some joy.
Oh yeah, it brought me joy for sure, of course. There's nothing it's where you can separate the wheat from the chaff, as they say. You know what I mean? Of like who's a real kind of funny fan and who's some looky-loo who just wants to be hanging in the curtains so that when we win the next football championship, they can be like, I've been there since the start. But it's when I tweet out a poll, when I tweet out some nonsense between 3:15 and 5 o'clock on an afternoon. Mm-hmm. If people are like, why is this poll going up, Greg? What do you think? Like, okay, you don't understand. That's the magic hours. Anything can happen.
That's the podcast.
This is the safe space. Nick can say whatever he wants, and nobody's gonna clip it out and throw it in his face. You know what I mean?
Can't do it. We're in the safe space. This is like a meeting of the minds.
If done right, no one can defend. You know what I mean?
Fucking exactly.
Exactly. And so that's what. So I see something happening there when I'm not here. I'm excited to know what it's about. When I forget about it, you guys tell me about it later.
This is what I love too, is that everyone has their ways of reacting to each other on this channel, and by each other I mean the shit that me and Kevin say. Mm-hmm. And by that I mean the shit that I say, but I lumped Kevin into that. I lumped Kevin into that because I don't like being alone.
Bring Kevin into it. Kevin, you're part of this. Turn on your cam, Kev. Put on Kev cam. Be here.
But I say these things, and everyone gives me the reaction, the obligatory reaction, like, "Oh no, Nick, you've gone too far." But what I love about you, Greg, is that you're always down to burn this motherfucker down with me. I text you this, Greg. We're now referring to ourselves as, quote, good Catholic boys who, when we sin, we need to be punished. And Greg, 20 minutes later, when he wakes up from his nap, sees that and just writes, understood. No questions asked. No further clarification needed. You're in the car. There's no brakes. Let's go downhill.
That's how it's got to be, Nick. You know what I mean? Good improv is yes and. Yes, and. I don't want to be what Andy is to you, a speed bump. I don't want anybody to stop you. I don't want anybody to stop us.
Andy's like, do you ever go to a Target and they put, I don't know why they do this, right? I don't know why they fucking do this, Tim.
Why do they do this?
They put the carts outside right over the yellow plastic stuff. You know those yellow bumps that like slow people down or like tell people, hey, you're on a curb now, whatever it is.
Bumps.
They put it over there. So when you go over it, you're like, everything's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine. And then you hit Andy and it goes, and it just fucks you up for a solid 10 seconds. And then you're over it and you're shopping at a Target.
But there's Andy Drive. You know, it's tit for tat. You know, you text me, I'm there for you. I say yes, and I say understood. On September 4th, I tweet out of the blue at Nick Scarpino. I hope you're getting some rest this weekend. I know how hard it is on us being the funniest people at Kind of Funny. You just respond. First off, you respond in a timely fashion, which is rare for you on Twitter. You know what I mean? But you were there. You saw the ball. You grabbed it. Tomahawk slam dunk of a response. It's our cross to bear. All right.
And I see this, you guys. I want you to know. I see this. I know you just said, but
you can feel the fucking eye roll. We don't have to see you do the eye roll.
What day was this?
September 4th.
What day and time was this?
You know, you see, this is what I mean. If I said September 4th to Nick, you know what he would do? He would look at the goddamn calendar. Saturday. Yeah. It was Saturday, all right?
Okay. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. I just remember I was sitting in one of my theater chairs. I was playing some video games, having a good time. Some loading screen came up, pull up my phone. And like that was just the first thing on my Twitter that I see. And there was just like this level of like, I feel like I am a bad person because it made me laugh. I see that. I'm like, I should be in some way upset about this. If not for me, for so many talented people we have on our team, such as, of course, Snowbike Mike, Andy Cortez, bless it. We have so many great people, right?
There's many talented people, but how are they the funniest? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Snowbike Mike, a great guy. You know what I mean? But he comes on a Kind of Funny podcast once in a blue moon, says tarantula, everybody claps like he just fucking invented fire. You know what I mean? Nick and I are over here doing hard fucking labor, smacking these rocks together to make jokes for you people.
But we're building a fucking
Did
bridge.
you notice he excluded me from that list? Fucking hurts.
And that's fucked up. If you want to start ranking funny people, where we're going to put Kevin, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Think about it.
Are we ranking the funniest people at Kind of Funny? Is that what this
is? Yes. You know that I still want to do that. I still want to go back and give the Who Annoys Joey the most, the biggest. Like I want to give that its due.
Annoys Joey the biggest is the best way to put that award.
Yeah. Yeah. But Greg, you weren't here, so we couldn't do it really. But also we haven't seen her. So I guess we'll just hold that for when we're in the new studio. Because I feel like, well, actually, no, I think she might have a couple things to say to me after we went and saw Shang-Chi. And I
was proud of you.
Thank you.
I was proud of you.
That was for you, Greg. I was showing off for you. Yeah.
It worked. You know, it got me going, got me excited again. Be out there in the weeds with you, you know, out there in the thick of it, the action. You and me making comedy again. You know what I mean? What did Snowbike Mike do during Shang-Chi? He sat there in the back, fell asleep. Me and Nick not only entertaining ourselves, entertaining each other and the room for a little bit.
I see Snowbike Mike in the bathroom. When I get up to go to the bathroom, and Snowbike Mike's in there and he's going to the restroom. And he looks like he just got up from like a 6-hour nap and he needed it. And I was like, what's up, dude? How you doing? He's like, good, bro. This movie's great. I was like, what's the last thing you saw? He's like, I think he was doing some push-ups. I was like, Mike, that was the first 20 minutes of the movie. You fell asleep again. But what I love about Mike is we're on stream the other night. I don't know, on stream Scar. I think we were like hanging out on the Discord. And I was like, what are you eating over there? He's like, I'm eating my movie candy. I was like, the movie candy you got last week? He goes, yeah, I got extra, so I have it for today. I was like, you're crazy, man.
I was with Mike.
Hold on. That's terrible. He bought extra candy at the most expensive place to buy it. Instead of going to, I don't know, a Walgreens.
Or a 7-Eleven. He bought like 4 things of Junior Mints. I want to say $5 a piece.
Please tell me you paid for it.
I tried to. He was like, he got in, he got out. He's like a little assassin. I tried to pay for Joey's too. Actually, I think I did pay for Joey's, which is good because I ate all of our M&M's.
Greg, I was hanging out with Mike a little bit, and he was asking me, he's like, "Oh, so what's the plan with Greg, with the baby? Like, when's it due? When's he leaving? Whatever." And I was like, "Well, it's due, you know, around this time, whatever. But like, it could come out sooner. Like, that's how babies work."
Yeah.
And I was like, from what I understand, like, if you're a bigger baby, you might come out sooner. There's just like a lot of things that I was like, I'm not a scientist. I don't fucking know. Sure. But I was telling him, I was like, yeah, I mean, like,
real quick, I'm sorry. Like, science with Kevin. I'm Kevin. Kevin, does that check out? Bigger babies coming out sooner?
I mean, yeah, that could happen. But I don't know. I think this baby's 3 days late. I'm saying it right now. Write it down.
Look.
Damn.
Have you guys started a pool yet? That is something you do where you go through, you put money down, and you figure.
We have a pool for names. And I'm pulling real hard for Egon Spangler, Venkman, Miller.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a lot of names. Just throwing them all out there. It's like Nick's gonna be like, got the order wrong.
Makuga texts me every so often checking in. He will go, how's Egon coming? And
Yeah.
it is that thing every time I do it, I say it to Jen to float it a little bit out there. You know what I mean?
Because like badass name.
How many Egons do you think there are walking the earth right now?
0. People haven't been named Egon since
the answer.
1920.
I don't think ever. I've never heard of an Egon outside of Ghostbusters.
Egon's a lot. Yeah.
There was a Russian couple upstairs from me in where I used to live, and his name was Igor.
Yeah,
it's different.
Yeah, that's a different name entirely. But yeah,
I know a couple. Igors.
Very close though.
Yeah,
it is very. It is very close.
And Evan, but they're different names.
So many good points being made. Yeah.
Yeah, but if I called you Evan, you would respond to that, Kevin.
No, I'd get insulted.
I'm calling you Evan from now.
Hard.
On. Evan Duello.
I'm gonna call you Knack.
You know why? Because I have a knack for being one of the second funniest person here at Kind of Funny. Boom, brought it around.
You think you're second?
That is fucking comedy. That is comedy.
I know that you're a stand-up comedian, but like I know that you also
called a callback, Kevin. It's called technique.
Work and life separately because you're not bringing the good jokes. You know what I mean?
What I'll say is this: I am any given Sunday, number 1, number 2 here. You know, this is a between me and Greg. This is a NASCAR race, and we're just doing that thing where it's like I'm Cole Trickle and he's Rowdy from Days of Thunder, and we're just like neck and neck. It doesn't matter. One of these days we're gonna put each other on the wall. There,
you have Roger and Mike in front of you though. Like it's not even close, right? Like neither of them are trying. They're effortless.
Compared to me, Mike better just get his briefcase, put his fucking suit on, and go to his job as an accountant. Because I'm blowing him out of the water at every given fucking turn.
I can't. I gotta be with Nick on this one. Roger has great comedic timing. Roger makes really funny edits. But what did I just say? Roger needs a whole bunch of things. You know what I mean? You can't stop any magician on the street and have him do a trick. He needs to sit there, get his top hat and his rabbit ready. All right.
Look at this.
Where's the joke? Can you make something from nothing? And every day, Nick and I come out here and make something from fucking nothing. Roger needs content to make something funny.
You're on a show right now. Like you need content to make your jokes.
Hold on. I think Nick's about to do a magic trick. Everybody, pay attention.
Do you see this? Do you see this? Is this laptop open or closed right now, Greg?
That is closed.
Okay. Putting it down.
Uh-huh.
Because I don't need it. I don't need a computer to make me.
And that was a funny joke
you
right
see what
there.
I'm saying? Fucking
What
magic.
would Roger be joking about right now?
Just so we're clear, he needed a laptop to make that joke about not needing a laptop. Just so that we are clear.
That's the next level shit. That's the next level.
Is it?
Real talk though, I will say this. I mean, obviously Roger is funny as well, but Mike makes me giggle on a level that I didn't know I was possible to giggle on anymore. So I giggle like a 14-year-old like school kid when I'm hanging out with Mike. He's so fucking hilarious.
Mike's the type of funny that him laughing is funny. So what happened was he's asking me about Greg's situation with his baby, and I'm just like, oh well, I mean, like from everything we've heard, like it's a big baby. Like it's a Greg Miller has a child with Jen, so it's a big baby, and so it's like it's tracking big. So as far as I understand, that means it might be coming early. I want it completely clear. I am not a fucking scientist. I am just talking out of my ass. That makes sense to me in my mind. I am working with facts that I have. There's a big baby. And in my mind, that means it might come early. I also understand babies might come early. So there's a lot going on here. But I did not expect me saying, yeah, it's a big baby. So, it's tracking big. It might come early. That broke Mike to an extent where he was just beat.
Where was this?
At my house.
The barbecue. Okay.
And he was fucking dying for like 10 minutes where it's like, I was worried about his well-being for how hard this made him laugh. And it's like, it's just so funny to me where it's just like, it's just a reality here. Greg, are we or are we not dealing with a big baby?
Oh, you're dealing with a big baby.
And see what this led to though, is lest we forget the viral big baby of yore.
The big kids.
Are we dealing with one of those?
Big kids.
I hope. I hope your baby is healthy. I hope it's big. And I was during the same conversation, and this is the day you missed, Greg, and I think you would have laughed exceedingly hard at this.
Sure.
Somebody, and I'm not going to name fucking names, but they may or may not be above 6 feet, and they might not be blonde, and they might either be redheaded or blonde and just be taller than me. Was like, Nick,
I'm so confused.
You and Kevin know that maybe 2-3 years into this kid's life, he's going to be taller than you.
Taller than you, yeah.
And
2 or 3 years.
It was one of those moments where I was like, Kevin, just smile. Just laugh it off. But cram the pain down inside. Cram it inside of you. And let it sit there. And let it fuel you. They don't think you're funny? I don't need that computer. I got the fucking pain with me.
Damn.
Now here's what
one of these days, your child's gonna be taller than me. It's gonna piss me off. I'm just telling you that right there.
13
happen
when the growth spurt hits. Yeah,
that is what we should take the long bet on.
Let's take the bets on.
At what point does Greg Miller's first child get
12.
taller than Nick?
12.
12?
When did you get tall, Greg? Like, when did you get real
We've
tall?
seen pictures of Greg from when he looked like
I
a
know,
fucking
but there's a difference though.
Yeah, but we had this conversation before where I was around people taller than me my entire life, so I never thought I was tall. So I don't have like a moment where I was like, oh man, I'm tall.
You hang out with fucking basketball players? What's going on?
I have no idea what the deal was. I'm telling you, people were taller than me in high school, and so it just didn't make me feel like I was a tall guy.
That's crazy. Like for me, I was always easily the tallest or the 1% of tallest people in my classes. And then at some point that did shift. Like going IGN, I was like, oh shit, tall. There are tall people. I never thought of myself as tall. It was just a default situation. You know what I mean?
Fucking slack, Greg. Just put in the general. Greg slacks our entire company. And by the way, lots of people on this Slack. Also, all of our contractors. Anyone? This is what this fucking piece of shit says right now. Under fucking handed. If you think you're funnier than Nick, come on the Kind of Funny podcast right now and make me laugh, is what Greg says.
I love it.
They're not going to come, Nick. Everybody knows how the hierarchy of funniness works. They're not going to come.
Greg, I propose a Christmas game. Okay. What I need you to do right now is I want you to tweet out if you think this is a good idea, because it might not be. But if you have access to this Discord, come in. You get one joke to make Greg laugh.
This is great.
You don't get a story. You don't get a whole fucking thing. You get one goddamn joke. Does it make Greg laugh?
Let's start with Nick. Go ahead, Nick.
And there it is, right there.
You have time. You can think. Yeah. You already
I give him one look and he laughs.
That's the bar. That's the bar, everyone.
I'm telling you right now. First off, this is a great idea. We should do it. Second off, let's not forget the dead pool here. The pool where I'm going to be dead inside when your child gets taller than me. We got to throw that out there too. I might tweet that out. At what age do you think Greg Miller's kid's going to be taller than me?
I think it's going to be 12.
You think 12?
I base that off of every person I know that got dramatically taller than they were at some point. It was 12 years old. Otherwise, you just get the normal growth spurt. Okay. There's one exception. My friend Mateo. It didn't happen until he was 16.
Fucking Mateo.
So it was late, but all of a sudden it fucking happened. That kid got tall.
He got tall. That was my buddy Stu. My buddy Stu for a long time. He was like all the way up to about probably sophomore year of high school. I was like, I'm taller than you and I can throw you around. And he just got tall. It was weird.
So here's my question, Tim. Have I phrased this correctly? Yeah. If you think you're funnier than Nick and have access to the Kind of Funny Discord, come on the Kind of Funny podcast right now and make me laugh with one joke. No stories or anything like that.
No, there has to be a caveat though, because there's always the Kevin factor. If you're not funny, Kevin will ban you from this Discord for life.
Wow.
Am I wrong, Kevin?
We can bring up penalties later. I want to incentivize people to take the risk.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'll only ban if it's really bad.
If it's really bad, if it's like
Gary Whitta comes in here with a knock joke that just puts us all to sleep.
Gary Whitta is not fucking spending any more time in this Discord than he absolutely has to.
He's my comedy mentor, though. You know.
Is it because he's driving?
In the live chat, Cameron Kennedy says, I have access, but I am in no headspace for this. See, there's going to be a lot of people like that. Like, because that thing, honestly, here's the thing, is I know I'm funnier.
Who the fuck wants to step into the ring with Apollo Creed right now?
I know that I'm funnier than 99% of the people on Earth, right? And so if I was in a similar situation and I saw someone tweet out like, oh, come in here and make us laugh with a joke, I wouldn't, when I did comedy poorly at the Kind of Funny comedy nights, I told stories. I can't come in here. Like, what are you gonna do? Go a rabbi and a priest walk into a bar.
Maybe like it's not that I don't mean no stories. I want to put a time limit on it. We're not trying to fucking give people the floor. I want to give them at most a pedestal for them to stand on for a moment of time.
30 seconds.
Let's give them 1 minute. You have 1 minute.
Oh, man, but I mean that's the thing is if they just come in here and
about to drown in that minute. About to drown in that.
Because it's gonna be funny enough. I'm just gonna laugh in general. Like I'm a laughy kind of person. I laugh all the time.
I'm sitting stone cold, and I want to just be known. It's 4:01 right now. We're recording this podcast. No one has responded in the general Discord. That's how scared they are to take on the champ.
All right, I've tweeted it, and I'm also going to put it. I don't know if you've ever noticed this. Since we don't delete people, a lot of people use Discord like a real thing, unlike us, who just show up to record podcasts in it. Because I remember that one time when Xavier Woods showed up in the general chat and was yelling about Sonic. He brought out all sorts of people who were on the podcast like a year and a half ago. They were there talking all of a sudden.
Put it in the general. Put it in our general Discord.
It's already in. It's in the general Discord. It's in the thing over here. Now the funny thing is how many people will come in and go into the Metal Gear stream and just start yelling, trying to make Tam laugh.
Oh, that's even better.
Oh, you think that's a good practice place for them?
They're gonna workshop. They're gonna workshop the bit before they come over here.
Tam is a funny motherfucker.
Wait.
Tam's hilarious.
Before we get too much further away, I do want to make fun of Nick for calling himself the Apollo Creed when he could have said Rocky.
Apollo Creed is cool.
But I'm Rocky. I've beaten Apollo Creed.
No, I have more respect. Here's what I'm going to say about this. I love Rocky, don't get me wrong, and he's the Italian stallion, obviously. But Apollo Creed was way cooler than Rocky. We can all just fucking say that. And he was a better boxer.
But he wasn't a better boxer.
He had a better career. Apollo Creed
did
was
have a better career.
All right, so I did a random ass search. I did a random ass search a while back. We're going to go to now. How to set up a baby betting pool game. Set up your online baby pool account. There are many services to choose from. Baby Betty, Baby Bookie, Baby Hunch.
Sorry, that's great. I don't know what any of that means. Last point on this, Kevin. Apollo Creed won the first one, lost the second one.
That's true. But then he wasn't champ anymore.
But also Apollo Creed had
against the Russian.
Better abs.
Died.
Better abs. Yeah, that was an exhibition match that he did. He shouldn't have done that match. That was
he shouldn't have done
unsanctioned exhibition match. And if I'm being honest, a little past his prime. So he shouldn't have done that anyway. And Ivan Drago on just those unbelievable designer steroids that I want to get on so badly.
Remember when they shoot him up in the middle of the workout?
He's fucking working out, and they're just jabbing his
just
fucking thighs with
giant
needles.
needle.
Yeah, that's great.
That was good. That's good.
What's the best free baby?
We should all take notes.
Betting.
What do we have to do to get Joey to come in here right now? Do I just say her name? Is that what happens again?
No, you already tried that. Didn't you?
Last time it was like Beetlejuice. I'm like Joey, and she came into the podcast. It was great.
I love it.
Because I want Joey's opinion on this.
My thing that sucks is the Joey who annoys her the most thing. I think by default this year it's me. Yeah, and just because I interact with her the most.
Welcome,
and
welcome to the party, pal.
It sucks.
I don't think that's
No, one's deserved and one's just tried for the greater good. I'll let you all be the judge of who is who. But
dude, annoying is annoying. Water's wet.
This is just the way it goes. That is a good point.
That is just the way it goes. You know, I don't think you're annoying at all.
I appreciate that, but I don't know that everyone else feels that way.
No, but I mean,
we know well.
You unfortunately have to you bear the brunt of project management sometimes, and sometimes that just comes a lot of over communication, which is what it is. I get to be just Joey's best friend, palling around.
That's it.
We go to brunch together, hang out.
What's up?
She often describes
we just gossip a lot. I'm up on all the latest goss, the Ryan goss. Yeah.
Tim, I don't think you have any idea how much time we play Fortnite. Like how much time we spend playing Fortnite together.
I was legitimately blown away when I saw you guys play Fortnite on the subathon marathon stream that we did. I was like, wow, you guys have really gelled as a group, with the exception of Mike, who again, just putty, just out there trying to drown his character. That's how little he gave a shit about that moment.
Damn.
I'm kidding. Mike's amazing. I love him.
So there's action over on the general Discord here for people who are connected, right? Chris Anka puts in a Metal Gear meme. It's funny, Chris, but come on now. You think you're funnier than Nick? And then Cardi says, it's midnight. This is no time for laughing. Then Colt Eastwood says, let me set up my mic and camera and put on some foundation.
All right.
I have no idea who Colt Eastwood is. Steve Saylor says, what do you get when you mix a joke with a hypothetical question? And that's what the kind of action. That's the update you have so far.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you say he was X-Pac?
Yes, that's what I said.
Colt Eastwood is X-Pac. Oh, man.
Holy shit.
Didn't see that coming. But I did see coming. Was patreon.com/kindafunny. Remember, you have patreon.com/kindafunny to watch us record the show live, to get the show ad free, to get the show with the exclusive post show we do each and every episode. But you didn't go to patreon.com/kindafunny, Jack. So here's a word from our sponsors.
Hey, how's your credit card statement looking? Let me guess, your heart rate just spiked just thinking about it. Well, the good news is you're not alone. And the better news is Upstart can help you get out from under debt that can feel crippling. Upstart is the fast and easy way to get a loan, all online, whether it's consolidating high-interest debt, paying off credit cards, or just funding personal expenses. Upstart knows you're more than just a credit score. That's why they consider your income and current employment to find out a smarter rate. You can even see your rate up front for loans between $1,000 and $50,000 with a quick 5-minute online rate. Find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/KFMB. That's upstart.com/KFMB. Don't forget to use our URL to let them know we sent you. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Go to upstart.com/KFMB. You know, we're always churning out cool designs for our content here at Kinda Funny. We've got a design secret to share with you. The secret is using Canva Pro. Canva Pro is a design platform that empowers you to create and share stunning content in just a few clicks. You can choose from thousands of professionally made templates that are extremely easy to customize, all with drag and drop features, or you can start from scratch. Canva Pro is stacked with premium fonts, photos, videos, and more, so you can add personal touches to whatever you're designing. And let me tell you, as a designer, as a motion graphics designer, this is an awesome resource to have at my disposal, and it saves me a lot of time. Plus, sharing and organizing designs with the team is easier than ever, so you're never dealing with misplaced files. Design like a pro with Canva Pro. Right now, you can get a free 45-day extended trial when you use my promo code. Just go to canva.me/kindafunny and you get a free 45-day extended trial. That's canva.me/kindafunny. Canva.me/kindafunny.
All right. If you watch the ads, 3 hours has passed. Nobody has come to fight us. Nobody has come to challenge Nick for the funniest person with 30 seconds on the clock.
Tim's gone. It's one of those things where it's like, give me you know what I mean? Give me a fucking break.
It's that thing. It's the fucked up thing where it's like, you know, you and me are fire and gasoline. Like, you know what I mean? Woof, we're going to get going. We're going to get something going.
Yep.
Tim is constantly trying to be this wet fucking rag laying on top of us.
I'm a fire extinguisher. And we're like, let us grow.
Let us go. Let us do our thing.
Grow. We're gonna clear some of the foliage out. This is a terribly timed joke, but with Lake Tahoe being on, so I'm just gonna on fire. I'm gonna bail out of this, and I hope everyone's safe, and I hope that you were displaced from your home. That's what I'll say.
That's fair. I appreciate that too.
Who do we think is gonna come in? Oh, you know what's funny is I was like, when is Mike gonna come in here? Not realizing that he has been in that stream the other time in the other Discord. So
yeah, he's too tired.
He probably hasn't tuned in this.
Yeah. Panda Finn says, "Ooh." Ew. Who's Panda Fin? Why is he? How many people are on this fucking stream? You know
Panda's
what I mean? Why do we have so many people
play
in this
games
Discord
together? Panda, I mean, you want to come out the fucking champ, you come out the champ. If you feel like you got the stuff, that's all I'm saying. But I'm telling you right now, if you bomb in this Discord, there will be hell to pay. You will remember it forever. It will haunt forever.
Yeah, no, you don't want to be part of that.
Not sleep tonight. You're gonna have to go to a therapist to just slough it off.
Slough.
While we wait for some of these cowards to step up to the plate, Zaid Wilson writes into patreon.com/kindafunny and says, if you had the option to never sleep again without consequences or side effects, would you take it? What would you do with the extra time? We've been doing this podcast since 2013, maybe end of 2012, something like that, you know, and not this podcast, you know what I mean? The Kinda Funny podcast, Game Over Radio Show, yeah. Zaid, this might be the stupidest question that, like, well, of course you would take this. Without consequences or side effects? I just get 8 extra hours to do fuck all and play video games, do whatever I want. Yes, I would take that in a heartbeat. And yeah, I would just play video games for 8 hours.
Yeah. I mean, that is the answer. And it's unfortunate because, like I've said on the show since 2012 or whenever it was, I love sleep. I enjoy sleep. I enjoy the process of sleep. I enjoy what sleep brings me. But I could find myself enjoying the elements of laying equally. You know, I feel like there's not really a downside. I still get to do the fun parts. I still get the fun cuddle with my blanket, half in, half out, one cheek out, one cheek in, seeing what's going on, get that temperature right, you know?
Guys, I mean, this
Cameron Kennedy in the chat says it's kind of sounds scary, not forcing my brain to reset every 6 hours, but you don't need it. According to this, you don't need it. There's never going to be a downside to it. Who cares? I would love it. Get the laundry done, get the dishes done.
Yeah, this needed a butt. This needed a monkey's paw.
See, what I've always
element of surprise.
What I've always thought about is, what if you could stop time, go into like a little pocket dimension, you know what I mean? Come back at the exact moment your consciousness, you're still doing things, but you still age. then it starts getting a little bit more interesting, right? Because I would be like, oh man, I really want to finish this video game, or I want to play this game. So I stop time to go do that. But I do that, you add it up. I'm doing that, let's say 8 hours every other week, something like that. Those 8 hours are going to eventually take up, right? What happens when I do add an extra year to my life, or take away, I should say, a year from my life? You know what I mean? Where I'm aging quicker than I should. I'm looking 42, but I'm only 38 kind of thing. That doesn't sound that bad, but as you keep going up the clock,
at some point it catches up with you. But then you would have lived so hard and so fast.
And that's the thing is, I don't want to get old. Like I don't want to be like in a home. I don't want to be like one of those people getting wheeled around. I saw this TikTok yesterday of this hospice guy trying to drop off a old person in a gurney to the wrong house. Think that's what I want? No way.
No way.
Say
sound like Greg Miller.
Nick's got something to say. Everybody, second funniest person, kind of funny, has something to say.
Arguably first.
You said any given Sunday, but I'm really not sure what day you've ever surpassed me.
Football. I live my life a quarter mile at a time. Okay. High octane, 0 to 60, 2.1, 2.2 seconds. I don't need the extra 8 hours. I like shutting down and snuggling and getting all warm and that feeling of waking up refreshed. I feel like if you don't have that, then it's that like you're not going to have the balance in your life of like, you're not going to know when you feel bad because you're always just going to kind of feel meh. I think you need the highs without the lows, and I think sleeps are the lows. So I think I'm going to stay with it. Again, it goes back to the classic debate. Would you rather be a vampire or a werewolf? And we could all agree it's werewolf, right? Sexy werewolf. That's what we all said.
Sexy werewolf. Do you want to lose control and eat people alive, or do you want to be a sexy vampire?
Yeah. See, my thing with you, Nick, you're right. But I think showers alleviate that entirely. Like, waking up doesn't make me feel refreshed. It's once I shower, then I'm like, oh, the day has begun and life is anew. So it's like, if I just never slept, I would just use showers to be that reset point,
I'll
get
tell
the
you what,
brain
man,
going.
I hate showers, right? Because showers fall into the haircut category. This is wasted time. I could be doing so much else with this time that I'm wasting right now showering.
Could not be more different.
And what I really has been a struggle, right, is that, the new COVID regime, the new lifestyle of COVID or whatever, this work from home, be at home, you're always at home shit, is that now I have these windows, and if I miss them, I just don't shower. And I have not showered today because I missed the window. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I feel gross, so I need to shower. I know, you know what I mean? But I don't want to shower. And so now it'll be this whole thing is I'll keep punting the ball further and further, and then it'll be like I put Jen to bed. And I'm like, I should shower now, but I could play games now. And then I'll play games, and I'll be like, I should shower now, but I could go to bed, and I'll wake up tomorrow and shower.
I'll tell you one thing right now, Greg. I read an article about how Brad Pitt and Matthew McConaughey don't wear deodorant.
Pheromones.
And they're both men.
They're both men.
Sexy.
Yeah,
and they both have pheromones.
Yeah.
So what I need you to do is I need you to go out into the wild and see if you can attract a couple deer to you. Just stand there and let them eat out of your hand. That might make you feel good.
Is that what they did with the pheromones? I thought they were doing it. Like, I remember Matthew McConaughey talking about it was like more attractive. He was like, able to speak to women on that level that way. I don't remember the deer part of it.
I don't know. I don't understand why they're doing it. I think it's kind of weird, but and they're probably stinky pinky. But I know that at one point Kate Hudson was like, listen, we're doing fucking failure to launch here, buddy. I need you to put some deodorant on because you're fucking stinky. You smell like a shoe. And he's like, all right.
Wait, they did do failure to launch and how to lose a guy in 30 days or whatever, 10 days, 14 days.
Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of. Failure to launch might have been someone else. Failure to launch might have been
Jessica. You're not wrong. The failure to launch was.
Didn't they do Yuli's Gold or some shit
Parker.
Too? Yeah.
Sarah Jessica Parker was in
Failure to launch. Sarah Jessica Parker. I think he was in another movie with Kate Hudson where they were going for like deep sea fishing for gold or some shit though.
That does sound right. Was it the Overboard remake?
No, that was. I never saw that. That was Anna Faris. Overboard
there was this place near the house I grew up at that would always sell like bootleg shit, clearly, and it'd be like you buy Pokemon cards, you get like a purple Pikachu, and they always had DVDs or like VHSs at whatever point. And I swear to God, that's where you would get How to Lose a Guy in 14 Days. Like it's just so not right. Which, by the way, guys, have you watched He's All That?
Fool's Gold.
I have not, but I heard it was bad.
Joey said don't watch it.
It's a fucking ridiculous movie. I can't believe it exists. And one of the main characters from Cobra Kai is in it. So does that make it worth watching? I'm not going to say yes. I'm also not going to say no. It's weird. I can't believe this movie is real. And I can't believe they committed as hard to what they did. But they did. And Nick, I'm shocked Joey said don't watch it. This seems like an easy Joey recommendation to Nick of, you're going to have a good time with this.
Joey,
You
yeah,
are gonna have a good time with this.
well, Joey has disappointed me a little bit lately. If I can talk about her,
Talk about it.
It's just the three of us, right? This is just a Discord
Just the
meeting.
3 of us.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a Discord.
I asked her. I said, Joe, have you seen the Kissing Booth 3? And she was like, Nick, she's like, I don't think I've seen the first one. And I'm like, what are you doing with our collective lives? I don't understand. You are half of this equation, the Nick, Joey, rom-com Netflix equation. You're failing me, right? And she was like, I'll get on it ASAP. And I was like, okay, cool. What is your opinion on He's All That? And she was like, utter garbage. Don't watch it. Not worth your time. Again, missing the point that the whole reason I watch these movies is like eat snacks and waste an hour and a half of my life and just forget about it. Similar to sleep.
Makes sense.
It is weird they chose to make this movie though. It's like in this day and age, you're like, because it's the same concept as She's All That, right? Which
but it's
I don't think
it's
aged
different
that well.
though. It's different. Like again, I'm not saying it's a good movie. I am saying, Nick, it's worth you watching for sure.
I want to watch it. I'll watch it tonight. I got halfway through that Bob Ross documentary, and I was
Oh
like,
God, what a
do it.
sad fucking movie.
I was like, I
Couldn't
gotta
do it.
stop watching this. This is depressing the shit out of me. So I need a little uplifting thing. I also started going back and watch 30 Rock again. I don't know why, but it still makes me laugh. Still makes me giggle.
30 Rock's a good show. You should go for it.
And speaking of which, there was a moment, the episode I just watched, where Tracy Morgan riffs off of He's All That because he just puts glasses on.
That's it. That's all it
That's
takes.
it. That was a useless statement. I'm sorry. I'd like to take that back.
Maybe this
Please
will
do.
tell you though,
Please do.
Nick.
Number
We
2.
do get so you know the main lead, the man.
Yeah, Zolo. What's his name? The guy from he plays. He's the main character on Cobra Kai, right?
Yeah, Robbie in Cobra Kai.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm thinking the other kid. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, not Miguel. No, it's,
Not Miguel.
It's Robbie. He has a karate scene.
I mean,
You
I'm
wouldn't
into
expect it, but he fucking kicks
Dude,
ass.
this
You're
is
like,
how
okay,
this is how
okay.
much I miss Cobra Kai in my life. Joey was like, this kid reminds me of Jonathan Brandis. Jonathan Brandis, of course, in Sidekicks about karate on Amazon Prime right now. I fire it up. And let me tell you, Greg, there's moments in your life where you're like, I'm excited to relive this part of my childhood because I think fondly about this movie.
Sure.
And then you watch 20 minutes, you go, I was a dumb fucking child.
Sure. 100%.
I had garbage takes back then. This movie is unwatchable. It's almost like Ladybugs. Ladybugs is pretty unwatchable too. It's a Roddy Dangerfield movie. Again, starring Jonathan Brandis. Holy shit, did Jonathan Brandis just make terrible movies back in the day?
Yes.
Wow. Look at that. You guys just saw me have a revelation right here on the Kind of Funny podcast.
They just announced the cast of Dancing with the Stars for this year, Nick, and one of them is Martin Cove himself.
Really?
Who's that?
He is the sensei from Cobra Kai,
Oh.
the original Cobra Kai.
It's John Kreese, right?
Yes, John Kreese.
Good for
He's
him.
going to dance.
Good
with
for him. Now,
stars.
I would love it if they did, like, if you want to talk about Dancing with the Stars, fucking dropping the ball right now. Get off your duffs, producers of Dancing with the Stars, and get Ralph Macchio, get Billy Zabka, get Martin Cove, get the dude who played Terry, and fuck it.
Just let him dance.
Here's what I'm gonna say.
Make
Fuck
it
it.
karate.
Throw a Hail Mary and call up Elizabeth Shue's people and see if she can come as well. And do a whole season of Karate Kid inspired so you think you can dance.
That would
This show's on the
actually
way
be
out
with the
anyway.
stars.
This show's on its way out anyway.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Feels
what-
pretty popular.
I have no idea. I keep seeing updates. A local comic named Kabir is on America's Got Talent. And I was like, that show is still a thing? I didn't know that was a thing. Do you guys ever watch
Dancing with the
this?
Stars?
No, America's Got Talent.
Hell no.
I mean, yeah, that's still a thing.
Well, Dancing with the Stars I know is a thing because I see the promos every once in a while. But I don't know. I guess I just don't watch network television enough to really be on the in with what the kids are watching these days. You know, I'm on the TikToks with the old boomers.
Yes, exactly. I can't believe no one's come to this challenge.
Oh, I can. They're all cowards.
Despite the fact that, at 3:57 p.m., Greg said, if you think you're funnier than Nick, come on the Kind of Funny podcast right now, make me laugh in the Slack. And then at 4:07 p.m., Nick responded, that's what I thought.
That's what I fucking thought.
And no one has stepped up to the plate. It's a little upsetting.
It's the one thing where it's like they know and they respect it. And that's the thing is you can't, it's not an insult to them. It's a compliment to Nick and how funny he is. Because I really thought in the general Discord, you'd see somebody like an Xavier Woods. You know what I mean? Who is what I like to call a do nothing. rides Kofi's coattails, rides Big E's coattails. You know, really doesn't do anything on his own. Did you see they're doing a Netflix show?
I was about to say,
Undertaker?
holy fucking shit, Greg.
Let's everyone knows if you're new to the show, I love Xavier. He's a fantastic person. But if you didn't see this thing that they're doing an Undertaker Halloween show, awesome.
It's a Netflix movie,
great.
Nick. That's a choose your own adventure.
This sounds
with
great.
It's New Day versus the Undertaker.
I'm going to read you the IGN report. All right. This is Adele Anchors at
awesome.
IGN.com, an up and coming website I don't know much about. WWE's New Day must escape the Undertaker in Netflix's interactive Halloween special. Escape the Undertaker, an interactive Halloween special starring WWE's New Day and the Undertaker, is coming to Netflix on October 5th. According to Netflix, viewers will get to decide the fate of New Day's Big E, Xavier Woods, and Kofi Kingston as they attempt to survive the wrath of the Undertaker at his mansion, which has been transformed into an extreme haunted house, quote, packed to the brim with supernatural challenges to usher in the spooky season. The special promises to deliver some tricks or treats, or should we say beats, just in time for Halloween. Netflix released the first look images of Escape the Undertaker, which continues the streaming service's ongoing partnership with the WWE. You can check the photos out below.
This is why I love the last quarter of the year. This is why it's my favorite time. Every single time. Weather turns, I can wear sweaters. We get cool haunted house, like Netflix specials. Halloween candies right around the corner. Pumpkin spice is fucking everywhere. And then you ride that sugar high right into Christmas, which is, as we all know, when I OD on C's candy. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. Greg's having a kid. That's cool. Maybe he'll name him Christmas or Halloween or something cool like that. That'll be fun.
You went to Christmas, huh? I mean, you're talking about Halloween candy. The kid's born in October, and you just brick the shot at the last second.
I mentioned Christmas in there somewhere, didn't I? Didn't I say we ride the sugar high right into the Christmas season?
I guess, but like, why would I do that in October?
Tim, can you come close to me for me here?
Yeah, I can.
Can you come close? He's starting to fucking lose it. Okay. And I'm going to reap all the benefits. I just want you to know that.
Good.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll check in mid-November when you've been hosting this podcast that long, see how you're reaping the benefits of it. I know how your hair is going to be all akimbo. You'll be like, oh, God. Well, you'll do the thing where you forget you're hosting. There's just silence starting the episodes.
I've been through all those missteps already, Greg. But I will say this. It is harder than some would think to host a podcast of this magnitude. Half of it is corralling the cats. Right, keeping them all off the walls and off the furniture, and the other half is every once in a while there's a lull, and you go, "Oh, I should be the one talking right now and driving the conversation."
I gotta get somewhere. I gotta take them somewhere.
Yeah, I gotta
take him to church.
Just bust
Iron Man 3.
You know? Yeah.
Remember he does that.
Great, that's great. Remember when he does this, and the suit falls down.
Yeah, it was dumb. I didn't like that. Cozy Bear writes into patreon.com/kindafunny and says, if you were transported into the Toy Story universe and were aware that the toys of said universe were alive, what would you do? Would you attempt to convince the world of their sentience, use it to your advantage somehow without revealing it, or just go about business as usual?
For sure, set up a camera. That's the first thing, because they're not going to know what a camera is. They don't understand that technology. They're
not going to know what a camera is.
Well, like
they make home movies in Toy Story. They know what the camera is.
All right, touche.
Yeah, it's complicated because, like, I'm with Nick in the sense that
you got to get proof.
You got to get proof, and I feel like in a modern era of where security is at, you have cameras all over the place.
Yeah.
So these toys are gonna have to be pretty damn crafty.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is one of the reasons I have a big problem with Toy Story. It's unbelievable that these toys wouldn't be caught on camera at some point. You know what I mean? That the world wouldn't know it.
I think it would have made sense.
They still got security cameras there.
They didn't understand CCTV back then, though. They didn't understand it.
Newman was there. He had cameras. And, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Yeah, I like how you guys go to try to, tell the world about it. I would just want to talk to the toys. I'd be stoked to talk to the toys. Turn around and talk to these Supermen, these Supergirls.
What's he going to tell you? Yeah, Greg, I've seen you naked a bunch of times.
Everybody has. That's no big deal.
That's true. What the fuck is this toy? What's this toy? Is going to have like a good take on Afghanistan? What is he going to say? What's he going to say to you?
I think it'd be fun to see if I could get them to break. You know what I mean? Could I get them to like give it up and talk to me like, all right, cool, you do know. You do know.
But then think of
like, oh, you are the funniest person. You're like, yes, toys. Tell me.
I mean, yeah, toys would be completely unbiased. You know what I
mean? No, what the fuck are you talking? You're their prison guard, for Christ's sake. They can't get out of this house without you.
And that's the other thing about it. Like, I'd be pretty chill, right? If I was like, listen, I know you guys are sentient. I know that you're having your own little lives and own little stuff going on, right? So you don't have to fake it anymore. When the cameras are on, fake it. Otherwise, you get to live here. And it's kind of one of those things like I go and I'm trying, then I'm like, I'm buying all these toys. I feel like I'm saving them. You know what I mean? I'm bringing them in here. I'm like this cool, like not retirement home, but like sanctuary, right? I'm like in Handmaid's Tale. I'm like the guy from Billy Madison, who was the dick in Billy Madison, who is in Handmaid's Tale, and he looks like a dick in Handmaid's Tale, but he's actually a good guy, except for where he is now. But you know what I'm talking about. You remember where I bring him in, and I'm like, you know what, June, just do your thing. I'm not gonna fuck with you. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm doing to toys.
When I was really little, like I've always liked horror movies, been a big fan of them. The you know, slashers, the Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger's, all that stuff.
Sure.
But there were certain ones that like scared me differently. And I think, was it Puppet Master, the name of it? I think it was.
Master movie, yeah.
Where there were these like the toys, like little like clay toys, some of them, but otherwise they were just toys. It might have just been clay, like stop motion, but I associate it with like that same look of like those like Christmas holiday looks of movies, right?
Yeah.
And I saw a clip of Puppet Master, one of the movies. I think it was like the fourth one or something when I was really young, and it fucking horrified me to the point that I was scared by the Rudolph and Frosty. Like,
sure. Yeah.
Because they had the same look to them. And when Toy Story first came out, I was a little scared of it. I'm going to be honest because of this. Yeah, because it had the same kind of vibe to it. And when Woody kind of, you know, scares Sid and does all that shit, I was like, I fucking told you guys, you can't trust these motherfuckers. By the end of it, I was on their side. I was like, okay, cool, they could be good, and Pixar did their job of like not scaring children. But I do got to say, there was a time in the late 90s that kids were watching these movies they got at a garage sale that they should not have been seeing, and Puppet Master was one of them. And you can't trust these toys. They're very fucking scary, and they can kill you.
I do think there's something to that, Tim. That I think that if one day Greg breaks the toys, you flash forward 2 hours later in the movie, and he has to purify them all with fire. You know, it starts fine. Hey, you guys can live here, whatever. And then all of a sudden you come back and like the G.I. Joes have invited some of their Thundercats over, and you're like, I didn't really say you guys could do this. And then you find yourself tied down like Gulliver's Travels, right? And you're like, I think I could break.
Well, that's this. Now you're talking almost like what, Small Soldiers? Didn't they those toys tied people down at some point? That was a fun movie. That was a fun movie. Me and Poe went and watched way too old. Kyle, put in the chat, what happens if your kid breaks the toy and the other toys revolt, though? I don't think they would revolt, right? Like the toys know they're meant to be played with. They love being played with.
Yeah.
And so, don't get me wrong, there's the one where they're in the kindergarten, they keep getting like cycled through, but that was because they were constantly stuck in that toddler phase where the kid's going to get older. He's going to learn to play with them normally. And it would be the thing too, that if you get broken, I'm here to fix you. Like this seems like a great deal for the toys. That I'm letting them do their thing. I'm letting them get played with.
I'm with Tim. We'd have to go over and like get into Greg's place and probably burn the whole thing down to the ground. Take it back to like whatever hole from hell these things came from.
But I mean, they are sentient beings. Like us going in and killing them, that's us killing things. And it's
but do they have souls?
Bees are sentient beings too. You see a bee, what's your first instinct?
That's my thing. It's like I wonder, like, what is the line for us? Like ethically, like where are we okay? Like what are we down to kill? Yeah. I'll clearly kill a fly. I've done it a lot, but I'll kill a bee. But will I kill a toy? I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I'd kill anything that walked and crawled on this fucking planet at one point. I don't give a shit. If it threatens my livelihood or my comfort,
sure,
or just puts me out in the least, I will consider killing it. I'll consider killing it. And it boils down to how big is it? How big's the mess? Is the law going to get called to my house? At that point, that's when it's like, okay, maybe we should de-escalate this situation and treat this like an adult human being. But I'll tell you what, I saw a spider on my wall the other day. And my wall is so perfectly clean that I'm like, you get a pass on this. There's no way for me to kill you without putting a spot on my wall. And I'm very particular about it. I stare at it all the time. So I'm like, you get a pass on this one. But if I see you on the fucking floor, we're meeting in the streets, dog.
Sure.
Nick, you're making the right call, because in my closet, there was a spider one time and I killed the spider. And to this day, there is a mark. No matter how many cleaning things I've used on it,
even the magic eraser
remains. Spider blood. Doesn't matter. And most people would never know the mark is there, but know. I know, and I see it.
One time we were at a hotel together, me and my wife, and she's very particular about mosquitoes. For some reason, they eat her alive. I get one bite. It's fine. She hears the mosquito, right? And of course, then everything has to be. It's World War III. We're DEFCON fucking 1. when this thing is ready to go. I think I got that right. I think 1 is the worst. Wake up.
Kevin, give me a check on that.
I think DEFCON 1 is the worst. I think right now, currently, we're at DEFCON 3 or DEFCON 4. Get up, find the thing on the ceiling. Wife gets the great idea. I'm going to hurl a sandal. Like when I had a rainbow flip-flop, I'm going to hurl this at it. And I'm like, this is not going to go well. This is not a precision instrument that we were using to kill said mosquito. We got to get up to get it the whap, right? She goes, I got this. Takes it. And instead of doing the underhanded, throws it overhand at this thing. Misses by about a solid 1.5 feet. And just leaves a nice mar on the ceiling of this hotel that we're staying in. And I was like, we've already done it. We might as well try to kill this fucking thing. So I had to get up there on a chair and smack it. But to this day, I think there's probably still a gray, like a brownish black mark on that ceiling of that place because we were fucking.
And they're like, people got wild in here.
We got wild.
Anytime somebody new comes, they're like, who got wild and had a sandal rub against the ceiling?
Yeah.
Freaky deaky.
Freaky deaky indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Kind of Funny podcast.
DEFCON 1 is bad. DEFCON 5 is
that's
totally
like World
fine.
War 3. Yeah. What are we at right now? You can check.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Tweet. He'll tweet back.
4, right?
Current DEFCON.
We'll wait. We need to know this.
We're usually around 4. I don't think we're ever at 5.
Really? DEFCON 4?
Yeah. Usually it's because if we have some conflict in the world, I think we set it to 4. Just as like a what's up.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Kind of Funny podcast. Not only has it been a great episode of 3 friends, sometimes 4 when Kevin chimes in talking, it's also been proof that very few people are funnier than Nick. Actually, it's just me. Because the call was put out very publicly on Twitter, very publicly on Slack, very publicly in the Kind of Funny Discord general. If you're funnier, come be funnier than Nick. Come be funnier than Nick. Guess what? Nobody came.
You did. You shut up, Greg.
That's why. But again, I wasn't competing because everybody knows I'm funnier than you. This is like, am I faster than Andy in the United States? Yes. We don't need to, keep talking about it and proving it.
It is one of those things people could go back and watch. Which one of us got more laughs in this podcast?
100%.
I could do that.
Yeah, with the Christmas thing. Remember, you thought we were going to say Halloween. You went Christmas.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
Misdirection.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the show isn't over. You can go to patreon.com/kindoffunny. We're about to do the post show. Of course, the patreon.com/kindoffunny. You can watch live like Lexi G, Madeline Stanley, and Cameron Kennedy all are. Of course, you could also get the show ad free. You get it with the post show we're about to do. You can have a good time. You can get all those benefits for the other podcasts. You get all the benefits for the Kind of Funny game stuff too over there. Patreon.com/kindoffunny is a great place. You should come be a part of it. But guess what, Jack? If you're I guess there's a good chance you're not part of it. So we'll see you later. Until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.